welcome back to Hey Kentucky. I am in awe and so honored to have Dan Issel here with us today. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, a Hall of Famer. I'm everything. Like, we could go down the whole list. But right now, your focus is getting an NBA team to Louisville. But first, I got to ask you, how you doing?
I'm doing terrific.
Good.
A little bummed about the game the other night,
Yes.
but
We could have used you.
I don't know about that. But I only got to play 3 years, so I think I really have a year's eligibility left.
Let's call Cal right now. Let's stop this interview and make it happen, because we need a big man. We need a big man. So what got you kind of started this movement to get the team to Louisville?
I had a business in Colorado that I sold about 2 years ago and was doing nothing. And a group in Louisville led by Joe Steyer had raised some money to try to get an NBA team to come to Louisville, to the Commonwealth, really. He asked me to come and do some consulting work. And it's been a great project to work on. The frustrating thing is we don't know what the NBA's timeline is for expansion, but we continue to grow the grassroots, and hopefully one day we'll have an NBA team in Kentucky.
If not expansion, is there a possibility that a team already established could move here?
It could. That's a possibility. You know, the NBA doesn't like teams to move because it kind of displays, you know, that they're not as sound as they would like to be. And the teams, quite frankly, are making so much money now because of the TV contract. You can have a half-full arena and still be making money. So, but we'd take one any way we could get it.
Now, what do you see as the big benefits? Because I definitely did, you know, I think some people have said, well, what about this is such a great college basketball state, but I don't think this would take away from that at all.
I don't think it would either. When Cal was in Memphis, he was quite in favor of the Grizzlies coming to town. Almost every one of these kids thinks they're going to play in the NBA anyway, so I think it would be a great attraction to have an NBA team here. We have reams of data that show that the Commonwealth can support all of the college teams that play now and an NBA team. And really, I don't think we have to convince basketball fans.
Right.
What we have to convince and show people is how important it would be to the state, socially, economically. When you have one of the 4 major professional sports teams in your town, in your state, that just raises you to another level. So I think an NBA team would help all Kentuckians, basketball fans or not.
And really, you can draw from Cincinnati, you know, that area as well. I just don't see a downside to it. The infrastructure is already there as well, right?
Yep.
With the Yum Center, the changes that Louisville's made to downtown, just kind of talk about that.
Yeah, the Yum Center would automatically be one of the top 10 arenas in the NBA, and it wouldn't be a boost just to Louisville. We would have to have statewide support, and that's why we're kind of rebranding. It's NBA to Lou. It'll be in Louisville. There's no question about that. But we're going to have statewide support. We're going to have to go from Owensboro to Bowling Green to Central Kentucky to Northern Kentucky, as you just mentioned, and I think it would be a benefit to all Kentuckians to have an NBA team.
It's just like Oklahoma City is in Oklahoma City,
Right.
but it's the whole state, truly. And is that a franchise that you guys look at as maybe modeling after?
It's amazing that you bring that up, because that is the exact model, because it's the only professional sports team in Oklahoma, and they have had great success. Those people, if you remember, those people supported the Pelicans when they moved to Oklahoma City for a couple of years, when they knew as soon as the hurricane had been fixed, they were going to go back to New Orleans. So that's the exact model that we're using.
So if someone wants to get involved, they can, right? There's a way to help.
We're really excited. About a week ago, we rolled out our Ambassador Club. And if you go to our website, NBA, the number 2 Lou, and click on Ambassador Club. There's different levels that you can join at. I think a lot of great perks.
So many great perks. I looked at some of them. They look good.
A T-shirt and being invited to all of our events, the draft party, and we're going to have a holiday party on December 4th. And so we hope people will go because it's a great way to show the NBA that there's support in Kentucky to have an NBA team.
Now, if we could settle this once and for all, if I bring Anthony Davis in here and you guys went one-on-one, could we find out who the greatest Wildcat of all time is?
Well, I think there's probably 2 different arguments there. Who's the best player that ever played at Kentucky? And I think there's probably 10 or 12 or 14 people that you could make an argument for. When you talk about—
There's not that many.
When you talk about who had the best career at Kentucky, I think my numbers would match Anthony's. However, I'm very jealous because he has a national championship and I do not. So
yeah, but one-on-one,
right.
Could he take you?
Today? Yeah, I'm 70 years old. He could take me today.
In your heyday, though. No, you're not going to even answer that one because you're a little bit of a basketball player. I think you're a competitor.
You're very kind. Thank you very much.
All right, so we don't know the timeline, but you can still get involved and hopefully speed up the process by showing the NBA. Listen, we're all for it here.
Exactly. Go to NBA Tulu and sign up for the Ambassador Club.
Dan Issel.
Such
an honor.
Thank
You're
you.
awesome. You're
Thank
awesome.
you very
All right.
much.
The Hall of Famer, Dan Issel. More Hey Kentucky right after this.